Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the EBR 105, Spawn of the Devil, and this one is on the North Spawn of Hinterland under the command of the Bassman from Hell. Yeah, we've got a double feature for you. First one featuring the EBR 105, which is, well, it is the top or fastest machine in the game, in theory. Used to go 105 kilometers per hour and has now actually been reduced in top speed on sprint, but it's still very effective. Now the second game you're going to see is in an EBR 90, which I think is a slightly better vehicle, and I think the Bassman agrees with me on this. It's got a faster reload, it's got about the same sort of speed, same sort of capability. Oh, he gets his first shot in and hits a Sheridan, but he's having to weave as he's pulling back to avoid getting hit by quite a few enemy tanks who also spotted him, and he's now into cover. Okay, so we've got a lot of spotting in there. He's got a huge number of first spots on the enemy, and he's now getting ready to shoot around into an M60. Didn't pen. Now, he's got a 105mm turret. Single shot, not the dual autoloader that you get with the Barask, which is kind of a fudge really, because if they put it on a Barask with a two-shot autoloader, really the EBR should have one as well. But then again, I suppose if you're in an Arty, you'd say no, please don't give it two shots. I want to have a chance to kill it. Nice hit into the TVP, but he did get spotted. And yeah, he got blocked by that Object 260 as well. Okay, he's firing standard APCR, which are capable of 390 alpha. I'll bring that down. Yeah, 190mm of penetration with standard rounds, and with the premium rounds, the heat, they go through 240mm. Ow! He took a round from the M60 that he hit earlier without doing any damage to the guy. And he's now weaving to try and escape. Okay, so he's going back in again. Oh, they all pop up at the same time. He didn't get spotted though this time. He managed to find them, but they didn't find him. Okay, that Striv would make a tempting target. As this is a grand battle, it's 30 tier 10s versus 30 tier 10s. And at the moment they're doing quite well because they're 4 tanks up on the enemy, and that's helped a great deal by Bassman finding out where the enemy tanks were and allowing his teammates to get some hits on them. That K91's a one shot, so he might be tempted to go around the corner and try and get a shot on him, or he might stick around in this general area, wait for the K91 to come up on the ridgeline and then fire. But he's just holding here for the moment. He is picking up spotting assists because his teammates are actually getting some severe damage on the enemy over there. That 121B turned his turret towards him, and I think he thought, oh no. They wondered why they were being spotted, and then yes, the reason they were being spotted was somebody was watching them from over this area. Okay, the enemy's taken a huge amount of damage. Bassman's now up to 8k of spotted damage. 8k? Puts a round into the retreating STB1, gets a high roll 412. He's now up to, well, 8.6k of damage. Enemy Arty firing in this direction though. Okay, so he's basically now chasing the enemy, trying to get a shot on the Sheridan, who was a one shot, but unfortunately it didn't work out. Okay, it looks like that 121B's gone. So I think he can move on now. Oh, there's another one. Just off in the distance we can see another 121B, and he's now starting to take fire. Bassman's still on 8.6. But I don't think it'll stay like that for long because there's a fair number of enemy tanks in this area, and he's the only one spotting them at the moment, other than the Object 260. Who's next? Yes, he's getting closer and closer to them, and one of them's a Badger. Now he can only really penetrate the rear of the Badger or the tracks and obviously disable them, and hopefully then his teammates will get some damage. It's a bit of a wonky area there. The ground's so torn up. The Badger's looking at him and he gets hit in the wheel, and the STB-1 gets some revenge. But he's fixed his wheel and he's back off running again. Yeah, I think again I disagree with having that mechanic, that ability to keep moving once you get hit in the wheel. It should stop the vehicle straight for a period of time, and I think that means that any EBR that gets struck would actually probably be out of the game at that point. I think they give it too much leeway to enable it to still carry on moving and fix its wheels at the same time. You can't do that with a tracked tank. Well, the Badger's gone. He's now up to 9.3k of damage. But just across the way is a 121B, and yeah, he's not going to try and take on that guy, because you know what 121Bs are like. They really are quite lethal. It may only be a medium tank, but if you saw the game with RNG's Toxis, you know how good the 121B can be in the right hands. Okay, now he's moving on. In fact, is he going to cross the railway line? I would go across the railway line now. I think the enemy rear needs to be probed, and I don't mean that in the biblical sense. I just need to we need to spot where some of the enemy tanks are. They've got an AFK STB-1, I think, or is that the AFK, or is that the one who hit him? Well, we spotted the enemy Object 261, and he just fired. Okay, he's gone to cruise mode, I think, now. He's going to dash into the enemy ranks. Yep, gets around off at an STB, but he doesn't get a hit. He's dodging and weaving around as much as he can. And there goes the STB-1. It's a T... Oh! Mind me. Sorry, didn't look where I was going. Okay, there's the TDP. There's a GWE100 nearby as well. There he is. The Object 261 on the enemy team has gone. Tries to get around into Progetto, doesn't work. Oh, now somebody just killed the TVP, so now he could go towards that Progetto. Oh, just found the T92 HMC, was having a bath. Must have caught him unawares. He's rapidly putting on his towel. And an Object 261 as well. Was that the same one as before? I thought that one had been killed. Well, he is dead now. that's for sure. He was taken out by the Object 260, whilst the Object 2684 took out the T92. There's only 5 enemies remaining, and they're all in this area. So I think Bassman's going to scout them. Ooh, that was a bit of a... Yeah, don't turn as you're doing a jump, because that's a good way to get your wheel ripped off. And he's found the Progetto 65, who gets some damage because he spotted him. 9.5k now. There goes the Progetto. Does a quick flip turn, and he's now going after the Cranbon, picking up spotting on him. The Cranbon's dead. There's only one enemy remaining, and it's a Jaegeru. Oh no! There he is. Okay, so he got the spotting on this one. So, yep, he's picking up spotting assist. Up to 10k now. He's locked on, but he won't fire until he gets a clean shot. 10.7k of damage now. 11k. Oh, took a round from somebody on his own team there. I think it was the 60 TP. Accidentally hit him by mistake. Well, he is dodging and weaving as much as he can. He doesn't want to get hit by one of those Jaegeru shells. He's going in. Oh! And before he can get the kill, the Jaegeru is killed. And that is the end of the first battle. And it's victory. Here's the end of battle stats for the first game. That was a first-class tanker in the Panhard EBR 105 for the BassmanFromHell. He managed to get a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage. He also got a patrol duty for being the only one spotting at least 6 enemy tanks whilst they were damaged. And he also got a scout medal for spotting so many tanks at the start of the game. And that's what we call the Holy Trinity: spotter, patrol duty and scout. It meant you did your duty as a light tank to find the enemy for your team and get a huge amount of damage. His win rate wouldn't be too high because he hasn't got a lot of damage, actual damage on the enemy, but that doesn't matter because what he did is he spotted the enemy and therefore he will have a very high base XP simply because he did so much spotting. 1,148 was the win rate, which is passable, but it's not great. But just wait until you see the team scores and see how well he actually did do. Well, when it came to damage, he didn't do a lot. No, it's way down the table. The high scorer in the game was the Team 124 with 8,817. Then came the Object 260, 6,570. And the third highest was the enemy Object 705 with 4,640. If we want to see the baseman, he's way down here with only 1,173. But, of course, we do see him with 2 medals there. And when it came to kills, the highest number of kills was the Object 260 with 4 kills. 3 kills went to the E4, the Object 2684 and the 907 on his own team. Nobody on the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill. When it came to base XP, he's right at the top. He's not the top one, but the E4 got that. Actually, I think more out of damage than anything else. He got 1,295. The Object 260 got 1,263. And then we got Baseman with 1,213. Doing very little damage but getting a lot of base XP because he spotted for his team. It was the 260, by the way, that picked up the Steel Wall and Confederate. Baseman fired only 10 rounds in the game because he got 8 direct hits but only 3 penetrations on the enemy. 1,173 hit points of damage, of which 412 were at more than 300 meters. 3 hits received from the enemy, 2 penetrations, 1 non-penetration. That one went into the wheel. And I think it was after he got hit in the wheel that he actually took damage from an STB-1, who actually also managed to pile one in. 11 vehicles spotted, so he more than compensated. He only needed 9 to get the scout. He actually got 11. 4 enemy vehicles damaged, no kills, but 12,371 hit points of damage assist. That's spotting assist, rather. That's a huge amount of total. He was actually only showing 11 during the game, but yes, he got even more than that. He got 12,371. Very good score. He earned 87,029 credits, and because he only fired really standard ammo throughout, 23,914 credits profit, even after using consumables. 4 bombs for this being a tier 10 vehicle, and he got 1,819 XP, 910 for completing a mission, 2,729 experience points altogether. Not a bad game, not an ace tanker game yet, but it is a very good game. As he said, it was a bit of zoom zoom. I think anyone who gets 12.3k of spotting would feel very satisfied indeed, and I'm sure most of his teammates would be satisfied as well, because he did exactly what you're supposed to do as a light tank. Go out there, find the enemy and allow your teammates to shoot them from a distance. Anyway, that's the end of the first battle. Let's have a look at the second one. And the second battle is on the south spawn of Prokhorovka. Game on. Well, this battle is in the EBR 90, which, as I mentioned in the previous part of the video, I think it's actually a better light tank than the EBR 105. Not only is it faster at reloading, but it seems more capable as a scout. The EBR 105 is all about the speed, really. Oh, he's got some spotting, and he's ducking down into cover quickly after getting a huge number of spots. Now he's going to try and do the same on the other side of the battlefield. Now Prokhorovka is a very good battlefield for the scouts, and specifically for this scout for that matter, because you can really harass the enemy if you can get underneath them, around them, and they have to focus all their attention on shooting you instead of shooting the teammates who are actually then unloading all of their guns in your direction, so it can make it very frustrating if the enemy team has one of these and they use it correctly. Of course, you've seen Bassman use his EBR in such a way as he creeps up on the enemy in the bush line and the tree line, and the enemy doesn't see him until it's too late. Now the enemy managed to get into good positions, but he's into the bowl. This little area here I find it's kind of circular and depressed, but you can actually get in here, spot the enemy by approaching them fairly closely and then dip down into the bowl for safety's sake. He exchanged around with the enemy EBR 90 there. Now it's safer to stay within the bowl than actually try and come up the top, but yep, that EBR made a mistake of trying to come around, and he's got a scout medal, and he managed to block a shot from the LT432 on the enemy team as well, who was obviously in a position where he could spot, but he got discovered by Bassman. If he'd stayed where he was, he would have been taken out, and now he's trying to attack the Bassman. You can see he was looking around. Bassman's having to turn tighter because one of our teammates in a 122 TM has come into the bowl, and you don't want to collide with your teammate when he's trying to do the same job as you are. Okay, so he's come out of the bowl. Now the good news is there's no Arty in this game, because if you're in the bowl and zooming around, Arty can be a real problem. But he's not, there's no Arty to threaten him here in this game. And the 122 TM did get taken out by the enemy EBR 90, so that's bad news. Bassman's decided to come out of the bowl. You've got to keep changing direction though, that's the problem there. And he does that very well, you notice that, to avoid anybody getting locked in on him and getting an easy shot. LT432, big mistake to try and come that close. He did get some spotting there from the Object 279E, taking hits. I think he's going to try and attack this LT432 now. He's lining himself up to approach this guy at speed. Really get him. Nice shot. He waited until he was actually virtually not moving at all in terms of angular velocity. He wasn't changing position. Gets a second round into the guy. And the guy has been taken out of the game, but he did get hit. And it slowed him down momentarily. It was the CS59 who got a critical hit on him. And there goes the CS59. So he's got some spotting assist off that. 3,659 of spotting assists so far. And now I think he can go back to passive spotting. Oh, no, he can't because there's a TNH there. Yeah, if he tried to go to passive spotting with that guy there, he'd get hammered. So he just has to keep active spotting for the moment. If you know the difference between active and passive, it's simply that active, you're always on the move, always looking for the next target, dodging the shells, trying to be as pushy as you can to annoy the enemy. And passive, you're just sitting there praying that the enemy can't see you and trying to move up on them to get close enough that you see them with them not seeing you. But now he's found a VK4502B. He's now up to 4.7k of spot. No, 4.8 now. And he's found a Scorpion G and an ISU 152. This is really good news. And a Jaegeru as well. Oh my gum, he's getting a huge amount of spotting now. His figures haven't changed, but he's just found those guys. Took a round from the 4502. Took out his gun. Well, not took it out, but damaged it. But his spotting has now gone up to 5.2. And he just needs to keep proximity of those guys to pick up more. Yep, it's gone up to 5.4. Close enough that he can smell them. Not close enough that they can actually do something about it. This is excellent play. This is the sort of light tank work that I loved to do when I first joined the game. I got to the centre of the mine in my little looks and harass the enemy like mad and frustrate them. Oh, he got the TNH actually went down. Or no, the 4502. Sorry, the 4502B got taken out by our Liberté or M449. Now he just needs to find the Jaegeru and the other guys at the back. He's found the Jaegeru. The Jaeger goes down as well. Oh my god. And he's found the ISU 152. Gets a shot off in his direction. Gets a hit. His spotting's now gone up to 7.7. There's only 3 enemies left. One of them just got killed on the hill. Which means now it's just an Object 140 over the other side of the battlefield. And that Scorpion, he's found the Scorpion. The Scorpion's gone, so he got the spotting on that guy as well. 8.2 spot. The Object 140 is over the other side. That's the last enemy. So he's making a beeline over to that side. This is a really good battle. Active scouting is difficult. It's nothing like passive spotting. It requires a lot of skill. And that's it! Game over! As he jumps in and turns around. Great game. What a fabulous game that was. Look at this. Ace tanker for the Bassman from Hell in the Panhard EBR 90. Yes, he really does play this one much better than he plays the EBR 105. And you can tell he likes it as well. He got a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage, a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle, another patrol duty for spotting at least 6 enemy tanks and being the only one spotting them whilst they were damaged, as well as another scout medal for being the only one to find at least 9 enemy tanks in this game. And I think he found a few more than 9, but let's have a look at the win 8. Win 8 was 1,600. Now, I can say right away, that's very, very good. But just look at this. I can tell he did spot more than 9. Look at that figure there. 15 enemy vehicles spotted. He spotted everyone on the enemy team with that quick run right up the centre, over the railway line. He saw them all as they were deploying to their positions, both to the east and to the west side of the battlefield. Every enemy tank was spotted by him right at the start of the game. What a fabulous game that was. Let's have a look at the team score. Okay, when it comes to damage, he didn't do a lot. It put him mid-table with 1,242 hit points. The highest damage in the game turned out to be the AE phase one with 4,836. He picked up a Confederate, funnily enough. The second highest damage was the Progetto 66 on his team with 4,696. And the third highest damage was the VK7201K, that premium tank. He managed to get a Brothers in Arms and 4,424 hit points of damage. Bassman picked up a patrol duty and scout, as you saw, and the AMX M449 got the other Brothers in Arms that goes with the VK7201K. When it came to kills, it was the M449 and the he managed to get 4 kills. AE phase 1 got 3 and the VK7201 got 3. And the only player on the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill was the Object 140. Over on the other side of the track, he managed to get 3 kills, but nobody on the other side, who were actually on the area where Bassman was fighting, managed to get more than 1 kill, although a few of them did get a kill. When it came to base XP though, look at that. Bassman's right at the top of the table, 1,309. That's an emphatic ace tanker for him. 1,093 was the next highest, and that was the AE phase 1 with the highest damage in the game. And 970 went to the Progetto 66 with the second highest damage in the game. So a brilliant game in terms of the damage spotted by him. He fired 8 rounds in that game, got 5 direct hits on the enemy, 5 penetrations. Again, you see on the EPR 105, he didn't get an equal number of penetrations to hits, which is kind of encouraging you to fire premium ammo all the time. With this one, you're not encouraged to fire the premium. You don't need to, because the APCR that you got as standard is good enough to do the job. And so he was actually able to minimize his ammunition costs and keep his gold spam down to a minimum. 1,242 hit points, all of it done at close range. 4 hits received from the enemy, 2 penetrations, 2 non-penetrations. Yeah, they did manage to get a few hits on him. The EBR 90 on the enemy team managed to get a couple of hits, or 1 hit on him anyway at least. 15 enemy vehicles spotted. Yes, he found them all. And 4 enemy vehicles damaged, no kills, 8,234 hit points of spotting assist in the game. Very good game in terms of spotting. 67,134 credits for the game, and after repair, ammunition, respawn, and consumables being the largest expense he had in that game, 12,078 credits profit. 1963 XP, and there was no multiplier, so that's all the experience points he took away. But I think, yes, if you can see those two battles side by side, you'd say, yeah, this is good. This is a good battle, but this is better. This is far better. And yes, with all 15 enemy vehicles spotted, that was one hell of a good game by the Bassman from Hell. I hope you enjoyed both those replays. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm.
And then hang out at home watching TV.
And we will have more battles coming from the Bassman because he's been busy today and he just posted another couple of replays which I will try and get up on the screen as quickly as I can because they're rather good. And yes, we always like to see if somebody's getting a lot of success, it's actually useful to see how they did it so you can replicate it yourself. But congratulations to the Bassman. Ace Tanker on the EBR90. He's had one before, but this was a rather good one and a special because he saw all the enemy tanks, found them all. So very well done indeed. Yes, if you do know our channel, please do let other people know that we exist, and also that we've got a second channel called The General so they can see great replays without any commentary whatsoever. And thank you for watching.